Hi guys, it's Ashley, and in today's video we are doing another sketchbook series, and this one is in, I'm butchering the name, Burano Island in Venice, Italy, or Italy, Venice, Italy. Gosh. I went there last summer on a study abroad trip. We were staying in Florence, and this was over a couple of days. We went to Venice and we visited some of the attractions in Venice, and so we went to this island by water taxi, and so we got to explore a bit. I remember seeing this pink building. It was just so beautiful, and I loved the way that the shadow was playing on the ground underneath the trees, and I just thought it was a really pretty view. And so I took a picture of it, and it isn't until a year later that I'm finally painting it. I'm using gouache, which is a opaque version of watercolor, and you can mix watercolor and gouache together. I just didn't in this one for some reason. I probably should have, but I didn't. I just went straight with gouache. And as you can tell, I did do the grid system on this painting just because I'm still new to doing buildings, and I realized the photo that I took, it wasn't straight on, it was kind of like crooked, and so I just wanted to make sure that I'm getting all the details in. And one of these days I won't have to use the grid system for something like this, but I feel like it's important. If you feel like you need it, then you should use it. And so anyways, I'm just working on the windows here, and now I'm starting the pink background, or the pink building. And I want to mention I am using a sealed cover to a one of those storage things you put in the refrigerator. I'm using the cover of it for a palette, because if you want to keep your paints dry and reuse them, you can put water in the bottom of the container and then spray your gouache with water, and then put the cover on top and then use it the next day. But I just like using it for my gouache. Now, when you're working on a piece, you always have problems that happen. And in this one, I realized that, so the brush I'm currently using, this red one, it's not a really good one. I should have used one of my good ones, because this one is just, it's not the best. I think it's student grade from Winsor & Newton, one of those. It's like a student grade one. As it just wasn't the best to get the details. And so later on, I do switch my brush to a, I have it right here, Princeton Elite brush. And I switch it to that one, which is a small square, or like rectangle kind of brush. And that one worked really well for the details that I'm going to do. But anyways, I'm just working on the background, and this is one of the hardest parts, is trying to cover up those grid lines. And I should have erased them before I started doing the paint, but I didn't, and I feel dumb. But it's okay. It's just a sketchbook. And I could probably, if I'm going to do a print of this, I could easily get rid of it by Photoshop. So I might do that, because I really like these pieces or how they come out. And so yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. So the gouache that I'm using is Winsor & Newton Designer, and I'm also using Holbein's gouache. This is the Artist Acrylic Plombier, and it's more of acrylic consistency than gouache, but I do really like it. So I'm using that for the white. So for gouache, I'm kind of treating it kind of like acrylic, and kind of like acrylic because sometimes I like to add just a little bit of water to my acrylic. And so I'm adding just a little bit of water to these and I'm mixing them. So when I get to the trees, I will do like layers on top of each other instead of leaving that space empty like I would if I'm doing watercolor. Now here I'm doing the shadow bit, which I'm using this light blue, but I do go back in with a little bit of a darker blue to really get that shadow. But it really ties all together when I do the trees. Now that's when I ran into the problem with this brush, the red one, is that I was trying to do the tree leaves and it just, you can tell when I start doing the trees that it just didn't look the best. And so that's when I had to make the decision to change the brush. Because I try not to use my good brushes with gouache because gouache it's not like watercolor. But, so I do try to use different brushes for different things. But the brush seemed to be fine, so, or the other one that I used, so I shouldn't have any problems. But see, now I'm about to start the leaves, and you're about to see the problems that I'm coming to. And it looks like when I did the pink background, I did a little too opaque because some of the leaves weren't settling right. But now I'm on to the next tree, and for some reason, I don't think I got every every bit of the tree because on my camera it didn't show some of the bits that I did, but you will at the end. It was kind of weird. I do like this part. I got some good definition into that tree. But yeah, just talking about Venice, it was just an amazing opportunity that I was able to do last summer. And if you can do something like that, like study abroad, just do it. If you can afford it, just do it because it was just absolutely amazing. Even though I learned a lot about myself and some things that I didn't like, maybe about just certain things that happened, and everything like that. And so I just feel like it's a great opportunity for anyone. So here we are. I've finished it. And you can still see some of the grid coming through, but I think that'll be fine. Anyways, I just want to thank y'all for watching. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in my next one. Thanks. Bye.